When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hits just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go, my God. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, but no, this game ain't over. In fact, it's just getting started, and I couldn't wait to get in here. It's so much going on today. At first, let me pull my camera down a little bit so y'all can see what I'm wearing. I know y'all seen this shirt plenty of times, but I got to give some love to TSNU. That's right, I said it like that. TSU going to be involved in March Madness in just a couple of hours. 4:10 p.m. Central Time, the Texas Southern University Tigers will be taking on Mount St. Mary's in the play-in game of the March Madness tournament, and I'm excited. Local team, local school, head coach with the same last name as your guy right here. I'm down with it. I did not go to Texas Southern. I didn't take a class over there, but I have done business over there and used to have church service over there. And I have a lot of young people that go over there. So guess what? I'm down with TSU. I'm down with TSU. So Rodney DeWalt, TSU, hold that tiger. I'm about to come on, let's get some. Look, bring it, Mount St. Mary. Bring it. You know, TSU's got to win under their belt in the NCAA tournament. I know I gave it an extra A. TSU's got to win under their belt in the March Madness tournament. They won a play-in game when they beat, North Carolina Central, I think. But hey, let's go. Let go, TSU. Let's go. Unfortunately, that's not the only thing that I'll be talking about today. Obviously, got to talk about the Rockets setting a new franchise record. 18 losses in a row after losing to the Golden State Warriors last night. Final score there was 108-94. They did have Christian Wood back in the starting lineup, but no Victor Oladipo, no John Wall. You know, they just ain't the same team without them guys. And I don't get me wrong, I'm loving Kevin Porter Jr. I'm loving him. I ain't so crazy about him from three. Not so crazy about him from distance, but he's a player. The dude's got skills to make mills. I kid you not. But the Rockets got to find a way out of this hole. And then, of course, we got to talk about Deshaun Watson. So Kris Gardner going to be in today. Houston Round Ball Review. We'll get it all in. 281-453-1000 if you want some. 281-453-1000 or text me 832-403-5005.
Business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's Throwback Thursday. It's Women's History Month. It's a good day to stop Asian hate. Yeah, I threw that in there. That's for real. Still grieving and praying for the families of the 8 people that were senselessly killed in Georgia. Did you see what the chief of police had to say about that? The murderer, domestic terrorist, hate crime person was having a bad day. Man, listen, bruh, real fast and in a hurry. What kind of day do you think the 8 people who got killed were having? I am of the firm belief that just because someone gets a job of prominence doesn't mean that they're smart. Like, you might be good at police work, doesn't mean that you should be doing press conferences. You know, you might have $1 billion, don't mean you should buy a NFL football team. I mean, it just doesn't mean that you might get elected to Congress, it doesn't mean you're smart. Because, I mean, I will say this, sitting in front of a microphone every day, I will tell you that there are some times that things come out of my mouth that I wish I didn't say, but in the moment, it just came out. I am hoping that that was one of them for this police chief or whatever he is. But, man, that was bad. That was bad. And I know I've seen the reports that he had posted on his page about selling T-shirts about the China virus, little play on the spelling for China. I mean, again, man, it's just like, stop the hate, stop the bigotry. If you don't like a particular culture or race or what have you, you're probably not the best person to be the chief of police. You're probably not the best person to, execute authority and judgment over other people. I'm not saying you can't run for those offices or those positions, but I'm just saying, man, stop the Asian hate, stop the violence against minorities and groups that just want to live, just want to make their own way. I'm just, man, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. All right, let me say this real quick. TD Blacksher is back. Table Talk Tuesdays from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. TD Blacksher, dude, you talk about covering topics and stuff like that. He don't pull any punches. And like I said, I'm not bothered by the difference in political, beliefs or what have you. You know, he's very conservative. I'm probably more moderate. I'm a moderate conservative, if that makes sense. Somebody said, AJ, you're straddling the fence when you tell people you're independent. No, I'm not. I am very strong against the wrong on either side. There's no gray area with me when you're dead wrong. Ron Johnson, please. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. And I'm not all in with everything Bernie Sanders is trying to run down the street either. I'm just letting you know. So I'm not straddling the fence. I don't mind differences and diversities. I mind bigotry and racism and that kind of stuff. That's what I mind. So, be sure and tune in to Table Talk Tuesdays from 10 to 11 right here on the legendary KYOK. All right, let me see. I got some folks talking. Great afternoon, AJ and the Lunch Breakers. TD Blacksher said, good morning. Keith Hennick, hey, AJ. And Monica Morris Howard, this is not surprising. Yeah, it needs to start becoming surprising. Like bigotry and racism needs to be, so surprised. We don't see it so, long and so infrequently that when it happens, it becomes surprising. That's what it needs to become for me. I ain't running everything, but I'm just saying. All right, we got to get to this. When I came on the morning broadcast of our flagship station, KWWJ, my report read as follows. A second woman has filed a lawsuit against Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, alleging when she went to his house, the same thing happened to her as a masseuse as happened to the first woman that filed a suit. That was my report at 7:15. By the time I got into the studio for this show, a third woman has filed a suit through the same attorney now. Let's get that. All three of them are filing through the same attorney. Failed mayoral candidate Tony Busby. Mr. Kevin Sumlin's got to go when he was a regent at A&M and Sumlin was a head coach at A&M. Mr. I'm going to park my, German tank in the front yard of my house in River Oaks. And for those who don't know, River Oaks is like Beverly Hills in Houston. At least it was. Kind of run down now. Look, a little hoodish right now. Mr. ran for mayor and got dog walked. He didn't even come in second, did he? I don't think he did. I thought Bill White didn't not Bill White, the other guy came in second. I could be wrong. No, I'm wrong. He could, because he got in a runoff, but he got dog walked in the runoff. Tried to file a lawsuit against a TV station saying that they were giving money to Mayor Turner. All these ladies are filing their suits through him. None of them criminal, all of them civil. 3 ladies have actually filed. A 4th one is expected, and supposedly there could be a total of 6. Got to take a break. I'll come right back.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 888-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Hi, this is Sonia from Southeast Houston, and you're listening to The Lunch Break on 92.3 and KYOK.
At night, I can't sleep. I toss and turn, trying to figure out what's going on with Deshaun and them. I know it doesn't rhyme, but that's where I am with it. What is going on? I mean, we talked about this at length yesterday, and Willie Gibson just texted me and said that part, no criminal, all civil. None of these incidents happened over months ago. One of them about a year ago. The statutes of limitation for criminal charges are still there. This last one, and I don't want to be vulgar or disrespectful to the station and station managers and all of that. But the last one includes a physical act where the woman is claiming that he forced her to do something physically. You can read the thing for yourself. I'll straddle the fence there. That you call the police. Like, you can still call the police today. Like, you don't have to, you filed the charge, and I know that you want to hide your name. You can still hide your name and your face. But like, you can file criminal charges today. And again, let me please, y'all don't think I'm attacking or shaming the victims in this. If these things happen, then these ladies are victims. And they have a right to anonymity. They have a right to, their day in court. They have a right to justice. And I am standing by that with everything that is within me. But until proven guilty of these things, Deshaun Watson has rights as well. And right now, this thing is being literally tried out in a court of public opinion. And that very well could be the part of, if it's not true now, that very well could be part of the ploy is to vilify Deshaun in the court of public opinion. It's been done before, y'all. This is not new. It is not new. So I'm talking more about Tony Busby as an attorney. Why is he avoiding criminal charges? Why is he avoiding that? Could it be that there is a lack of evidence to bring criminal charges against Deshaun? Well, if there is a lack of evidence to bring criminal charges against Deshaun, why are we going straight to the money? I mean, these are serious charges. In fact, if what he's saying is true, there are 6 different women that are claiming the same thing with Deshaun. I will be the first to say, if that's true, then Deshaun should be arrested and prosecuted and taken off the street for a long, long time, because he clearly has a problem that doesn't need to be running around Katy, doesn't need to be running around Sunnyside or South Park, doesn't need to be running around up in Cypress. So it's almost like the attorney is doing the ladies and the community a disservice by trying to prosecute this civilly and not criminally. I could be wrong. I wish I could get my hands on an attorney and get them to call in and help me with this, because 1, yeah, civil. 2, okay, civil. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pathological. That's serial. I need people off the street when you're sexually assaulting and throwing your stuff on people against their will 6, 7 different occasions. I'm just saying. And again, there is no way in the world to get around the timing of all of this. Are we saying that this all just came to light right now? Like when the first one filed is the first time that any of this was known? And if so, okay, so be it. I'd like to know more. When did this first come to light? When were the first allegations? I'd like to know more. The timing is just questionable. And the fact that we're talking civil and not criminal, and we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6, that's serial. That's somebody that's an episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. We need to be locking people up. And if that's the case, and it makes me wonder about Tony Busby as an attorney when you got 6 women who've been sexually assaulted allegedly, and you're just trying to get money out of court. Bro, don't ever represent my daughter or son. But then I have to ask the question. I'm going to go on the other side of this. I have to ask the question. I'm about to interview TJ. I'm about to interview TJ on it. I want her perspective as a woman and a longtime Texan fan, and that I'm getting it today. But I have to ask the question: what would the Texans or Jack Easterby or Nick Caserio or Cal McNair, what would they get out of being behind something like this? It's not like they're going to allow all this to come out about Deshaun. He decides to stay, and then all of a sudden they say, okay, we're going to stand by Deshaun. We're going to work with him. We're going to make sure he's all right. It's not like you can just say, okay, no harm, no foul. Let me go to my guest. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. How you doing? I was listening to you. I was trying to get here as quickly as I could. I was listening to your analogy there on Deshaun, and I had the same question because someone else I was listening to another station also, Sports Talk, and they were asking, well, what would it bereave? I guess what would be the position for the Texans to, because this is what's been alleged too,
right? That
the Texans is behind this,
right?
And what's the rationale? And I mean, and you've been doing sports for I don't know how long or what have you.
Since 2005, believe it or not. Good
time.
God, 16? Is it 16
in this market?
Wow.
So
I know.
We've seen this happen before. Maybe not on this particular situation in terms of massage parlors and all of that. However, was watching a movie this weekend, and it was entitled Bombshell.
Okay.
Bombshell was the movie where we know that sexual harassment took down the CEO and of the Fox News network.
Okay.
And when it was alleged that he sexually harassed a person there in the workplace, she was fired.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was she had done her homework, because in case a firing would come to light, he fired her. And but I think he forgot that what he had done, because he denied it up until she gave her attorney information that was recorded in some of the situations. It was then he said, oh, okay, I did it. And I guess I said this to say this. From a perspective, AJ, with women, I don't know when was the last time that I understand there was a female call from Atlanta, Georgia, to Deshaun Watson's home. I think is that
that's
true?
That's a lot. That's what's being reported.
Okay. So therefore, there are cameras I'm sure, that picks up, probably may not be from Deshaun's house, but certainly from his neighbor's house or houses that have shown this female going into the home.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not have been just one time.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, that's evidence that she was there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened inside the residence could be another situation where she could have recorded a session.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, that's evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is evidence from her,
right,
then here comes another lawsuit.
Okay.
Number 2 has come, and it's been alleged that 4 more could come. I don't know if anything.
Three have been filed officially. And look, with this one, I need to keep my eyes on my ticker.
Because
3 of them have officially been filed.
Okay, well, it was said that there was 4 more.
Right.
So I'm sure in another hour, maybe another one.
I'm looking.
And if this is the case, I can see one that, and I'm wondering, when was the last massage, like you were stating earlier? I don't know if any of your callers have called in or whatever, but do you know when was the last massage?
I don't know that. I don't know.
The massage session.
Mm-hmm, right.
And were there any massages outside of the home?
Well, this last one, number 3, is reported to have taken place in a business or an office environment.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So what happens is you move from the house, and you also have been in a business situation. So, of course, the business situation has you coming in there. I don't know how many times you've been in there, but if you've been in there more than one time, then I'm sure you've probably been in a situation where you could have been recorded too.
I get what you're saying, and appreciate TJ coming in to talk about this. I get what you're saying, and I know we're way too early in the process to know what evidence is really out there.
That's right.
And what's being alleged. Because a lot of times people will report this, and then we find out that wasn't the case. Or people will report, oh, I heard this, because right now there's allegedly a text message that was an apologetic text message.
Oh.
What does it apologize for? Does it say, I apologize for bomb, or does it just say, I apologize? I mean, while an apology in the midst of all this that's being alleged could seem like it's a smoking gun, or if it's it's definitely a piece of evidence, unless you can fill in the details, it's a text message. He might have burped in her face. He might, you know what I mean? He might have stepped on her foot. We don't know. And it's easy to kind of put it together in our minds, but that's why there's a justice system. That's why it's got to be adjudicated. It's got to be tried out. It's got to be, evidence has got to be presented and put in on the record, and then it's got to be added up with the facts, and then that's where a judge or a jury can make a decision. Go ahead.
Personally, when I hear that a text message is out there, is that just social media, or is that in one of the affidavits? Because I only deal with affidavits, and I only deal with court documents that's been filed.
Right. From what I've seen, that was alleged by the attorney, Tony Busby, that there's a text message.
Is that in writing, or is that just Busby talking?
That's Busby talking.
Okay. Well, what's in the document?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And
I'm just asking.
No. And I agree with you, because the thing about a text message is there's some people that say they got a text message and they got it on their phone, but the actual sender of the text message don't have it on their phone.
That's why I said.
And I ain't trying to say nothing. I'm trying not to get in trouble myself, but I know that there's some people out there that know how to manipulate some stuff and make it look like that came from your phone. You sent this on this day. Well, T-Mobile didn't tell me I sent it on my side.
Yeah, but by the time
But by the time it
it's
gets,
over.
you tell a lie enough times, even you'll believe it. So all I'm saying, until it gets in front of a judge,
That's what I said.
and it has to go and be added into evidence.
So now there's 3. So we're dealing with 3.
Right. And
now.
the third one, again, makes me question the attorney. The third one, there's physical stuff in there. Supposedly, he made her do something physically. So.
Well, I thought the first one, and so what was the first?
So the first 2, he allegedly touched them with himself, which is still sexual assault because it was uninvited, it was what have you. But the third one is saying he forced her to do something. And she was so afraid she passed out and even had, an accident on herself. She was so afraid. But what's interesting is she said she was dropped off by her mother and that he got up and walked out, put his clothes on, walked out like nothing happened. So I'm wondering, again, what happened? Did you tell your mom what happened afterwards? Did your mother notice anything about her behavior afterwards?
Well, and this was at the business?
This was at a business, yes.
And this person was a massager?
A massage therapist, yes, ma'am.
And her mother who dropped who off?
Her mama dropped her off according to the report. For the job, for the assignment.
High school?
No, I don't think she's high school.
College?
I think she's, probably 20-something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got a minute? I got to take a break. Don't go nowhere.
I might have to.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. I got questions that only you can answer. We'll be right back. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or text me, 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Now, back to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones reminding you to join my brother like no other. He's back by popular demand, TD Blackshirt, Table Talk, every Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on the legendary KYOK, AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and KYOKradio.org.
I would love to hear his perspective.
Man, I would too. He was on here earlier. I needed him to call in.
He was here on the show?
Well, he dropped in and said hey on Facebook.
Okay, well, let him call.
TD Blackshear, if you're listening, call me, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
So now, go back, AJ. What happened? The mother dropped.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
The therapist off.
Hold on.
Who may have been.
Hold on. Let me get it. Let me get the actual.
In junior high.
Let me get the actual. Okay, here we go. We get it. I got it right here. The woman. Oh, hold on a minute. This one took place in December of 2020.
Oh, 3 months.
The woman says that she agreed to an appointment at an office building on December 28th, 2020 at 10 a.m. And she claimed that she was newly engaged and had just graduated from chiropractic school, and says her mother dropped her off at the job, and then she met with Deshaun. And that's when she claims things immediately got weird. She said Watson insisted she focus on massaging his inner thighs and inner glutes while repeatedly telling her he's a professional football player. She claims Watson got more aggressive and eventually coerced her to move her mouth in certain areas and forced her to do something. The woman claims she never consented to doing that and actually blacked out for a few minutes from fear. In the suit, the woman claims that she was so terrified that she had an accident on herself. The woman says that Watson got up, got dressed, and left as if nothing happened. And she's suing for sexual assault, civil assault, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, but not criminally, civilly.
So let me ask you this, or do you know, Mr. AJ? Was this the individual that was asking for 6 figures before this came to, this is not the one?
No, that was number one. Number one was a little different. Her situation was that he kept trying to get her in one particular spot, and then he turned over and touched her hand with himself.
Can you say that again?
He was trying to get her to massage him in one particular area that she didn't want to massage him in, and that he ended up turning over unexposed, and he touched her hand with a particular part. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, AJ, how you doing, man?
Man, oh man, oh man. Listen, you have been requested.
I see, man. I'm sitting up here. I had to sit aside and close my door to my office.
Yeah, please don't get in trouble in your office fooling with your family over here at KYOK.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Man, give me your thoughts, if you will, high level, on what's happening with Deshaun. We'd like to hear your thoughts.
Well, I coined the phrase or the phraseology that Justice Clarence Thomas used when he said this is just a high-tech lynching. Because Deshaun, yes, he want to go, he want to leave this culture of the Texans that we have always known and always known have to exist, that they've always had a sour drop in their jaw concerning African-American superstar athletes. And we see it played out in the D'Amico Ryans situation as a linebacker, all-pro, and they gave Cushion money, who's a drug dealer. I mean, excuse me, shooting himself with.
I tried to hold it in, man. I tried to keep my professional integrity. You just cost me the Marconi Award because he just had a problem with steroids. It wasn't no drug. Well, somebody associated with him just recently got popped.
Yeah, and then you have to give all the money to J.J. Watt, and I don't think if he played a full season afterwards, you have to put them together.
Oh gosh.
But and then to trade the best receiver in football, And then on top of that, Deshaun is coming into his own. And you tried to handcuff him and et cetera, and now it's just a high-tech lynching, because the only way that you can really get traction with anyone, especially African Americans, not only of prominence but also athletes, is to bring about some sexual improprieties or misconduct.
You know, now, Blacksher, let me get to you there, because we got TD Blacksher joining us, host of Table Talk right here on the show. A lot of people don't understand what you're saying there with that, because there's already this feeling that black men are intimidating and scary. In fact, you hear it with police officers.
Right.
I feared for my life. The officer has a gun and weapons. The black man doesn't, but for some reason, it's the officer that fears for his life. Again, the whole Mandingo thing, where black men are considered to be sexual and intimidating and scary and animalistic, and that imagery has been perpetrated for hundreds of years, not just a couple of years, but hundreds of years. So,
yes,
Blacksher, you're on to something with that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so when you pull back the layers, this is just a high-tech lynching. Now, I hope and I pray that he was wise enough, like a Mayfield, the boxer,
right,
who filmed everything that went on in his home.
Right.
That's right.
And I hope he had that type of prudence, so that not only he can prove himself, but also sue those to whom, and I know he may not be able to get much from them, but the idea that I will sue you, and then go after you for, lambasting and literally, and if he can find a way to connect that with the NFL, with his owner, oh man,
it'd be huge. That'd be huge. And that was my point. That was my point.
So all of that is just to play out and try to lambast him, kill him, so to speak, so that he can remain in his place, so to speak. And that type of atmosphere, that type of buffoonery needs to cease.
Yeah.
And it needs to cease in a hurry.
Yeah.
So and I'm not a Texan fan, but I like Deshaun. I like him. I respect him as a quarterback. I respect him because, even in doing his little due. But if the man don't want to play here, and I know he signed a contract, a big one too.
Right.
But if he don't want to play because you haven't given him the tools, or you're taking away the tools, then I think that by right he has an opportunity to be either released from that contract or trade him and see if you get any reciprocal value from it.
Yeah.
So those are the intangibles, that you have to deal with, and amongst all of this, you also have to cut through this big thick cloud that the white owners will literally try to kill you, blackball you, so to speak, is the technical word.
Yeah.
But that's my spiel on it, man. I hope he's all right. But I do need to ask this question.
Yeah.
What color are the women who's accusing him?
We don't know that yet, Blacksher. Blacksher, we don't know that yet.
We may know by Tuesday.
I have a sneaky suspicion.
Blacksher, tell everybody where they can find you and follow more of Table Talk right here on the Legendary KYOK.
Yeah, every Tuesday we have Jordan came back and we are excited about it. We have an exciting show lined up for week after week, and we're trying to get it to where we can even come on every day, but we need sponsors.
There you go.
In order to do so. Give us a shout out. I mean, thank you for your shout outs. Thank you for everything, but tune in to us every Tuesday at 10 to 11 on Table Talk with your boy, TD Blacksher.
Appreciate you, Blacksher. Take care, man. Go Cowboys.
Likewise.
All right. We got another caller. Let me get this other caller in here real quick. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
One of my.
Uh-oh, your phone is going out. Can you hear me? Because we can't hear you too clear.
Okay, Brother AJ, and to one of my favorite people you have over there, Sister TJ, how y'all doing today?
We're doing well.
look, I got two perspectives in way in which I look at this. AJ, look, if those allegations would be true, why now? You've been under contract at least over 4 years when you come into the NFL with the Texans. Why not come then? Why all of a sudden now when he want to take a stance and do some different things with his life that, all of these allegations are coming forth? Now, TJ, if you're a masseuse, either I come to your establishment or you come to mine. Anytime if I just do anything inappropriate, would you leave that day and go and report something that I did that was very derogatory and against your will? When you report it that day, would you wait 2 or 3 years to report it? As a lady,
I would go right away.
Amen. So, AJ, that's my point. Why would you wait? And we don't know how long that's happened since he's been to those parlors or to anyone's home for him to get a massage. Look, if anything is done inappropriate to a woman, I'm against that. But the character that young man have, I hadn't seen anything, to me, my opinion, that he would do such a thing. And so, if he did, we're not saying that he didn't. It's the woman's job to immediately go to the authorities and report that. You're coming here with this foolish accusation. That Tony Buzzer, y'all, I can't even curse. God bless him. Bless him, because something wrong with that young man. Look at this. AJ, when these folk come for you, they're going to come for you. Now, this is my other perspective. This inmate is making my team and what I built look like a mockery. The father, the son, we're not going to let the inmates run the prison. When they want to tear your name down and make your name mud as a black person, they throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. If Deshaun is right, and he is a believer that I know of, the father said, if I'm for you, I'm more than this whole world against you. Don't pre-bargain with nobody. Take this to the letter. And if you're acquitted and none of this is true, you sue Tony Busby. You get that tank out of that yard. And them women, they work nowhere when I'm through with them, AJ. Sister TJ. Now look, I don't know why they come for us like this.
I think when you have money, you have power. When you have money, you have power. I think my perspective as a female is just not giving anyone ammunition that can shoot you back. And I say that to say this. Sometimes when we give someone ammunition and they can use it to fire back at me, we kind of do that to ourselves. And I think I kind of agree with Mr. Blacksher in this regard. Sometimes it can be lynchings, maybe, but I think if we put ourselves in situations and because we got money and we've got power and we've got and in this case, I think Deshaun's very, very young. I just hope that he has done like Mr. Blacksher said, cover yourself in this regard, to have cameras where I may say, well, you did this, but my cameras may say, no, I didn't, because here's the entire session.
Right.
So we can say this and we can say that. We don't know. We were not there. But when you got a lawsuit and you got something in writing, that says a different thing.
TJ, stay right there. Let me hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. In 1 hour, a string of shootings at 3 spas in the Atlanta area Tuesday left 8 people dead. 6 of them reported to be Asian women, a white woman, and a white man. One sheriff reported the suspect said that he was motivated by a sex addiction. That suspect, 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long, was arrested Tuesday night. 4 men and 3 women have been chosen to serve on the jury in Derek Chauvin's trial in the death of George Floyd. 2 of the selected jurors were excused today after telling the court that news of the $27 million settlement with George Floyd's estate with the city of Minneapolis affected their ability to be impartial. Dr. Anthony Fauci and CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky are testifying at a House hearing today on the Biden administration's COVID-19 vaccination efforts. The U.S. has administered more than 100 million COVID-19 vaccine doses, and President Biden has promised to have enough vaccine for every adult by the end of May. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
To the lunch break.
Views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I had to play the disclaimer with my guest, TJ, in here, man. Don't get me in trouble.
I just wanted to say, when you have money and you have power, you attract all kinds of stuff.
True.
And I say that when people see that, well, if you call somebody up and say, I'm AJ Jones, and everybody know you,
right? So
can you fly in this weekend to whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what time you want me to come?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I fly you in.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
has somebody been talking to you? This seems very detailed. Go ahead. Finish the story.
If you ain't got no money, ain't nobody calling. I'll put it like that. You got 300 million, I'll come.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I'll stay, but I'll come. But, and the thing about it, what I want to say to AJ, and I'm going to let you go because I see your phones are lit up.
They are.
So I just think that attracts all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And to be honest with you, if you got some skeletons in your closet,
right,
clean them out.
Yep.
Or fess up to it.
Yep.
Because what happens is it's going to continue to go on and on. Say, for example, he gave somebody 6 figures when they asked for it.
Right.
Say he gave it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have been the one he said, I'm sorry, or,
right,
whatever.
Right.
And an apology. She'll be back.
Right.
She'll be back.
Yeah, because that money run out quick when you when you got 300 million, right, you can get a couple of millions. That bank might still be open.
Yeah, you can get six figures, 7 figures.
Ferdinand, thank you, caller of the year 2017. We appreciate you as always, man.
Appreciate you guys, but pray for everybody involved, and we just pray that those allegations are not true. Thanks
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank you, Ferdinand. We got one more call. Stay right there. One more second, TJ. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Yeah, I'm not going to be very long. Let's get it on. Hey, man, first of all, man, was that TD Blackshear I heard earlier?
Yes, sir. Mr. Table Talk himself, backed by popular demand over here on the legendary KYOK. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, that goes to race. But anyway, look here, man. TD, I love you.
I know, they friends, y'all. Let me tell my listeners, they are friends. They messing with each other. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, man, it never ceases to amaze me how it's always a double standard when it comes down to people that look like us, man. Now, a man can be on live TV microphones going and say he loves grabbing women by their private. And he can be a president. A team owner can get caught in the act at a massage parlor 2 or 3 years ago, and he don't go to no jail. He don't have to pay no fine. Matter of fact, he's an upstanding citizen. You got another brother, probably the greatest basketball player that ever played the game of basketball. He speak out against racial injustice. He builds schools. He creates schools for deserving kids. He gives scholarships out to deserving kids. He partners with Walmart to feed the homeless. He make movies in his spare time. And by the way, he's part owner of the Boston Red Sox. But you know what they tell him to do?
Shut up and play. Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble.
Yes, sir.
Shut up and dribble. So, I grew up watching movies like Mandingo and Roots and 12 Years a Slave and Birth of a Nation. And you spoke earlier, they always trying to paint this picture of us as black men being the villains and stuff like that. But all them movies that I've seen, Mandingo and Roots and 12 Years a Slave and Birth of a Nation, it was that white man that was raping our women. It was that white man that was hanging us from the tree. It was that white man that was castrating us.
So where do they get this stuff about the black man that's so violent, so aggressive? I'm hang up on this, Dre. It just amazes me how a young man in Atlanta can kill 8 people. He's still alive. It amazes me how Kyle Rittenhouse, 17 years old, can kill 2 people, and the police take a picture with him. Dylan Roof can go into a church and kill 9 people, and they take him to Burger King. They all still alive. But Elijah McClain walking down the street, well, you look suspicious.
Yeah.
Ahmaud Arbery jogging in Atlanta. Well, you know, we got to kill him. He's like he a robber. Oh, we know what happened to Brother George Floyd. Yeah. No weapons, not create no disturbance or nothing, and they end up dead. Why is it such a double standard, man? What have black folks did so bad to make us be hated so much? And why is I'm saying that to say this? Why is all this stuff coming out with Deshaun Watson now? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Andre, it's just me. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Later, greatest. Always a good call. That's caller of the year 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. We got all our callers of the year getting in.
Who was 2020?
Keith Hennick.
Okay.
Keith Hennick from Austin.
Who was 2019?
Donna Coleman Holman.
All right, Donna.
Yeah.
Got a woman up in there. All
yeah,
right.
I know my folk now. I know my folk. We equal opportunity
I'm
over
trying
here.
to be 21.
Okay. Well,
all right.
I got a special guest that's over here on Facebook Live, so we got to get him in. But to bring this to conclusion, if Deshaun did these things, then he should be prosecuted.
Absolutely.
And I mean, not civilly, but criminally. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times.
Love him. We have the same birthday.
Yeah.
Love him to death with what he's done. And I remember, you know, you and I have gone to the games and we've seen what he did for a lady there.
That we know. Right.
Yeah. And so nothing until now on him.
Right.
And beautiful girlfriend that he's finally come out, you know, they've been dating a while, but he's been public with her lately. And so I think that if he's covered his bases, he has no problem.
Yeah.
If he has not, he has a problem.
So I got to say, Chris, I'm coming to you in a second. I got to say this real quick. So I've been thinking, what would the organization benefit from having anything to do with this?
I agree.
And I've got it.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Not only do they have to, would they not have to lose Deshaun to another team and take like a $40 million cap hit?
Right.
Maybe not get back the value for him that they wanted.
If it's a moral issue.
But they can void his entire contract.
If it's a moral issue.
And not pay him another dime.
If it's a moral issue.
So they would save $160 million plus 40 on the cap hit. They'd save close to $200 million. Let me tell you something.
If it's a moral issue.
I'm just saying, if they can make this stick, the organization.
And the organization, if that's the case, and that would be the rationale, has taken him down. And it has taken him down because there's proof that he is guilty.
There you go. Okay. TJ, thank you.
Bye.
Come back to us again.
Can I be 2021?
You're working on it. You're the front runner.
I'll be back.
All right. We'll look for it. All right, y'all. That's just a little Deshaun Watson talk. We're going to switch from that right away to some basketball talk. Right. And wait a minute. I got something. I think I got something. No, that ain't it. Hold on. There it is. Got a for you, man. Tall, light-skinned brother with dimples. Covering the Rockets, the Cougars, all of it. He's bad, y'all.
KG cookies, not KG cookies.
Kris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review. What's going on, bro? What's happening, man?
I like that intro because there's a part in that song where he says, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies, eat KG cookies, baby. That's right. So, yeah. That works for me.
There you go. I got you, man. I told you I was going to get you something, man.
There are some folks who can come highly recommended about my cookie skills. So I can bake some cookies. Oh, yeah, brother. That ain't no problem. I like that intro. That works.
You better throw some cookies in with that macaroni and cheese.
2 weeks, brother. 2 weeks. San Antonio.
Okay. You got a plan. Ain't nothing wrong with a man with a plan.
Yes, sir.
Kris Gardner, man. The Rockets set the franchise record with 18 losses in a row, but they had Christian Wood back last night. 21 points, 9 rebounds, limited minutes. Bro, when does this end? Does it end Friday against Detroit, your favorite team?
The fade for Cade. Friday's matchup is huge, man. I think you got, 2 11-win teams battling it out. The loser is the winner because it'd be one step closer to one of those top 3 records, worst records in the NBA. So I'm kind of curious to see how a team's going to play, how they going to handle this one tomorrow, because this is huge, man. Implications are big.
This is riveting.
But,
so, Chris, we've been saying that once the team got healthy, they would be okay. In the interim, we saw a very big night from Victor Oladipo the other night. We saw a nice night from KJ. From Kevin Porter Jr. and from Kenyon Martin Jr. What can we say? The team looks like they're going to be all right, but will they be all right?
Well, they got to get healthy. And I've been saying that for like the last 4 times on this show. Right now, it seems unlikely that they're going to get healthy this month. I mean whole, because Eric Gordon's out. Dave Nwaba is going to be out for a while. So those 2 pieces will not be part of the team. But hopefully, John Wall and his knee problem, and if Chris Haynes' Yahoo Sports report is accurate, at some point, John Wall may opt for surgery this season. So that means he still won't be healthy, won't be whole for the rest of the year. So This is where we are. And we talked about it, I think, last week, getting those 19 when getting to 30. I doubt it now, bro. I doubt it. I mean, because now you're at the point, do you want them to win too much to lose the pick?
Right.
Now they have 3 first-round picks, but their best pick.
Right. And that's what has been in the back of my mind, that, this is an ugly thing, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing if they could turn that pick into a very nice player, coming into the season. I've been saying that I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Porter. I don't love him from distance, but I love him as a playmaker and as a person who can dish the ball and players are able to do something with it. Am I being too hard on him?
No, you're being objective, and that's what we try to be and what we should be. He's not even a good 3-point shooter right now. So I don't like seeing him take 9 threes a game. Okay. And he makes 2. Why do that?
Right.
When you can get to the paint, penetrate, and pass to other teammates, and maybe give them better shots, do that. When you can finish at the bucket, do that. Don't settle for it. And that's what it is sometimes to me. 9 threes, that's settling.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're not making 4 game out of 9. Don't do that. It's not your game yet. Grow into it.
Yeah. We got Kris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review, joining us here on the lunch break. Let me take a quick break, Chris. We'll come back, and then I'll talk to you about the big trade that went down last night as well. Right here on the lunch break on the Legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I know y'all have got questions for Chris. Y'all hit me up all week long. Hit me up with them right now, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000, or text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. He's on the show, y'all. Kris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to the Lunch Break.
Yeah, man, I got to keep playing your stuff, brother. You got a Kango?
No, I never did get a Kango. No, I never did. Not sure why though, but because LL and I Need Love, ooh, boy, that song won for me.
Man, I know it did. I know it did. Look, it still got life on it now. Still got juice on it.
Yes, sir. That's a classic. That's timeless.
I do have a question that came in real quick. Let me read this one. This is a long-term listener. I haven't heard from her in a while. Crystal Z. What's going on, Crystal? She said, AJ, ask your guest if this Rockets season is a wash, or is there any reason to keep hope alive?
If you're a fan, yeah, I think so. Because you can see when they are healthy, you can see the talent, you can see the potential there. The biggest disappointment is they just can't get whole. Two guys come back, two guys go out. One comes back, one goes out.
Right.
So that's the biggest frustration about it, because you can see there is talent on the squad. We haven't seen a team be whole in more than a month, if not more. Yeah. So unlike teams who are just bad in history, who have no young talent, nothing to hope for, this is not that team. The Rockets do have young, talented players on the team. So if you are a fan, just cling to that. There is a brighter future coming up soon, I think. Yeah. It's a matter of when.
I told one of the hosts of our other station when I did the morning sports updates that we don't even know what this team is going to look like on March 26th. There's still time for them to trade a Victor Oladipo. There's still time for them to trade an Eric Gordon, maybe somebody else. So we still don't even know what this team is going to look like, heading into the end of the year. So am I saying that they're going to turn around and win 30 games? No, I'm not saying that. But am I saying that they're going to lose 19, 20, 21, 26 in a row? I'm not saying that either. And I guess that's where I want the fans to understand this is a true rebuild, right?
I think so. I mean, especially now the injuries have sped up the process. I think that's the best way to look at it. They've sped it up. When they traded James, they were starting over. They could have spun it how they wanted to spin it. The injuries said, no, it's time to start over and rebuild. They've been so banged up, I wouldn't even call it tanking, because they haven't been healthy enough to see how good they are. They're just losing now because they're not healthy. You got guys who are probably best at role playing, coming off the bench, getting starters minutes. That ain't them.
Yeah.
So they're all playing out of position, all out of their roles. And I got to say this to some of those fans, and some of them are on Twitter, some are on my YouTube channel, who are talking about firing Stephen Silas. Why? It's not his fault this team is banged up. I have never seen a team this injured. I've covered basketball for 27, 28 years. I have never seen a team this injured. Is that his fault? In his first year, it's his fault this team is that banged up. Come on. Maybe you're not a fan. Maybe you're just being one of those haters, being a troll, just trying to start up conversation, controversy. You can go somewhere else with that. But please.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you, folks like that, I'm not gonna always be the one to give them the attention that they're desperately craving. Talk about the big trade. PJ Tucker got moved to one of the contenders in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Rockets got back DJ Augustine, who played at Hightower and UT.
Correct.
And DJ Wood, who I don't know.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. I'm sorry, I got Christian Wood on my mind. DJ Wilson, who I'll be honest, I don't know much about. Tell me your assessment of the trade. I'm very happy for PJ. I'll say that.
I think it's a good trade for both teams. The Rockets got good quality back in return for PJ. Got the pick back. DJ Augustine may or may not be here because I think DJ Augustine has 3 years on his contract remaining as a backup point guard. If Kevin Porter Jr. is the future, if John Wall is healthy enough to play the rest of this season, he's going to start at the point. Then KPJ be back the backup point. So that means DJ won't get a lot of minutes at all. So
yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
In that situation, they might trade DJ and give him another opportunity somewhere else before the deadline ends on the 25th next week. DJ Wilson, I like, for one simple fact, he's tall. He's 6'10". I like the
Okay.
Rockets are finally getting taller players.
Okay.
He is a stretch 4 or 5. He's slim. He's really what they have. He's size wise similar to Christian Wood, and I think Justin Patton is bigger, heavier than those two. But DJ has struggled from the outside making shots thus far in his NBA career, but he has that potential. And I've said it to you many times. I'd rather have taller skilled players than shorter skilled players.
Yeah, I got you. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break. I know that they are talking about the role that PJ Tucker will play in Milwaukee. One of the things they need him desperately for is defense.
Yes.
Obviously he needs to be able to hit some outside shots, but what do you think the benefit is for Milwaukee having picked up PJ Tucker?
I think he's a very good fit for the Bucks. Veteran presence, veteran leadership, toughness, no nonsense. In my opinion, you can never have enough of those kind of players. Hard nose, shoot it to you straight. He will allow Giannis to defend the lesser of the talented front court players. PJ and Lopez take the other two guys, and Giannis can do some more roaming on defense. That'll help alleviate some of the burden on Giannis as well come playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
And PJ gets a shot at a ring, and that's what he wants. Now we'll see if the Bucks will meet his money demands because they have his bird rights. They can sign him. I don't know if you're going to sign the extension that's on the table right now that he didn't sign with the Rockets, that 2 years, $17 million extension. But the Bucks, they got his rights, and they could sign him to a bigger contract if they can agree on terms. We'll see if PJ agrees with that.
Yeah, I got you. Again, happy he is with the contender. That's something he wanted to do. Doesn't know if that makes the Bucks move up over, anybody else in the East, but they're definitely in that top 4, top 5 conversation. Let me do a quick break, and then we'll come right back. And then I want to ask you some questions about, of course, TSU and U of H heading down to March Madness. We'll do that when we come back with Kris Gardner right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
You know what? Don't play.
Beautiful people, this is
Major.
Major. This is why I love you. On the lunch break.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We got him, Mr. I'm Bad himself, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. And Kris, them Tigers of Texas Southern about to let's get it on. At 4:10 p.m., they taking on Mount St. Mary's in, I'm calling it game 1 of the tournament. They call it the play-in game. Forget all that. If they in, they in. What say you about them Tigers from Texas Southern?
It's funny how, or not funny, interesting how the NCAA is kind of going back and forth on what to consider these play-in games, because when it started, it was play-in. Now it's first 4. They considered it the first round of the tournament for like a year, and they wanted us, media, fans, the public, to consider the games tomorrow the second round. But now they're going back to play-in, and tomorrow's games are the first round. Right. But TSU, Michael Weathers, a.k.a. the Weatherman, as Chatterbox calls him, is on a roll. I think TSU's won like 9 in a row in the SWAC, won the championship, blasted Prairie View in the title game by 19 points. Coach Jones, TSU's head coach, Johnny Jones, says Mount St. Mary's is a big team, tall team,
Mm-hmm.
a veteran team. So Michael Weathers said to me yesterday that the magic of March, and he believes that the Tigers can bust some brackets. So 410 on True TV. And if y'all don't know where it is on the dial, I can't help you. I got to find it myself. So just do that guy search and do it.
Check your local listings or your cable network listings, because Doc, I can't tell you what True TV is.
Once a year is when I'll tune into True TV, and this is it, March. These 3 weeks, other than that, I could not tell you where it is at all.
Kris, I'm the dude that back in the day, I would get cable for a month. I would get cable TV for March Madness, and I would call them jokers right before the championship game, say, yeah, I'm going to need y'all to take this out. Oh, we're going to give it to you for another month, but don't charge me a nickel more. I need y'all to take it out because I'm done. I mean, bro, I had to have.
You're not alone in that, bro. Yeah, because I would do it for a fight. Sometimes coming off on like HBO or whatever. I get it for a month. Yeah, I'm done.
I don't feel so bad, dude. I don't feel so bad. And I used to call into work for those Friday games, man. I'd be sitting there with my frat brothers. It's a nice establishment on Friday watching those early games. So I'm glad to see this for TSU.
Sure.
They got to win. Was it last season when they beat North Carolina?
2 years ago.
A couple of years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if they get by Mount St. Mary's, they're going to be able to handle, who is it, Michigan? But it'd be fun to give them a shot.
Yeah. And it's a good experience, even though this year is different for everybody in the controlled environment, not bubble for the NCAA, the controlled environment.
Right.
Every team, there's 4 hotels in Indy. Teams are each staying at a hotel. Every team has their own floor. Each player has his own room. So the interaction on your floor, you're hanging out with your teammates, your coaches, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was on a call this morning for the women's tournament, and I assume it's the same for the fellas, they have it scheduled down to the minute when teams can go down in the elevator to get to the floor to go to practice.
Wow.
To the minute.
Wow.
Where teams have to do that because of health and safety protocols. Think about that. That's where we are.
Wow. The only thing I can even kind of liken it to is when we're in the press box for the Texans games. If you don't get downstairs with 4 minutes to go in the half, and by the end of the game, you can forget it because they've locked the elevators down for the coaches. Mm-hmm. So you can forget it. But that's a range. You're talking about to the minute when you can get on the elevator to go down to practice, dinner, what have you.
So there are like 20, 25 teams in each hotel. So there's a lot of times for each team to be in the elevator to go down and to go up.
Wow. That's amazing. Speaking of that, did I hear it right? The U of H women are one of the standby teams just in case somebody gets COVID. How's that work?
Well, they were, they were not one of the 64 selected for the tournament. They were the 65th team. So they were the first replacement team. They were the first of the first 4 out. Okay. So if a team had to withdraw because of health issues, COVID issues, U of H Coach Huey squad would have been that first team to replace whoever had to drop out.
Okay.
And that would have been from the teams in a multi-bid league. So, for example, the SEC, if a team had to back out, U of H would have replaced that team. If there were a team from a one-bid league like the SWAC would have chosen the second place team and third place team within their conference. So different scenarios right there. But all 64 teams made it, tested. Everybody arrived yesterday officially, 31, I think, on Tuesday, and then rest yesterday. So that option is over. So the Cougs will be participating in the WNIT Friday, 5 o'clock versus San Francisco. The Rice Owls will be playing Arizona State Friday in WNIT at 11.
Okay. All right, we got Kris Gardner joining Houston Round Ball Review. I'm glad you explained that to me because it said something about there was a limited amount of time. So right now, if a team, some kind of way, somebody tests positive, there is no replacement for that team because U of H and those other teams have now agreed to play in other
Well, that window's closed. Same on the fella side. All 68 teams are in there, and there have been a few, the first 1-2 tier groups who have tested positive. I think out of, on the men's side, 6,900 tests, they've had 7 positives.
And they just got to play without those players.
They may not be players. They could be
I got you.
staff, administrators.
Right.
Each program was allowed to send up to 34 people in their group.
Okay.
That's their traveling party. And that includes the players, coaching staff, SID, but 34 is the max. So each team gets, I think, 3 buses. So that's 11 per bus to travel. I mean, they're trying to physical distance and make sure everything is taken care of as much as possible. Each player is wearing those connection devices that go off if you're too close to somebody who's positive. All kinds of things they're trying to do to ensure the safety of each player and student asset. And notice what I'm calling them, student assets. But the window's closed. So if a team is unable, does not have 5 healthy players that can play in a game, they got to forfeit.
Gotcha. So in this, it's 5. Doesn't have to be 8 like in the
minimum. The minimum you can play with is 5.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. I got some questions, but they're about the Rockets and something else. Let me ask you this real quick. I, for one, was extremely frustrated that Prairie View didn't get an at-large bid, having lost only 5 times this year. And I know it's probably a bad comparison, but I'm going to make it anyway because I ain't no fan of the head coach up there, and I ain't a real fan of the school. But Michigan State gets in with 12 losses. What is it going to take for the SWAC or the MEAC to be able to get multiple schools in the tournament if one of them does not win the conference tournament?
A miracle, a change in philosophy, probably a larger tournament because 68 won't be it. And I mean, Prairie View, they'd have to probably win all their non-conference games. That means beating teams like Michigan State.
Right. Right.
Coach Smith scheduled a challenging schedule.
Yeah,
some of them were cut short because of COVID.
Yeah.
But they'd have to win all of them.
Yeah.
They probably have to be ranked.
That's crazy to me. They lost 5 games and they rolled almost everybody except Texas Southern in the championship game.
The 3rd time they played TSU.
Yeah.
They beat them twice.
Right.
But they lost them at the wrong time.
I mean, I'm like, you mean to tell me they can't be in one of the play-in games? They weren't even one of the teams that was an alternate should a team.
They were never considered. Let's be real. They were never considered. That's where things are for those smaller conferences. That's how it is.
And Kris, they didn't get invited to the NIT.
Nope. Well, the NIT this year was even smaller. There's only 16 teams playing in that one on the men's side. So 16. So yeah, they weren't being that at all. Nope.
What's that other tournament? The CBI? Is that
CBI and the CIT? I'm not sure if those are happening this year because of COVID.
Right.
But
I wanted to get your thought on it. I've been railing about that all week long. I mean, come on. I'm sorry, man. Michigan State.
It's the way the system is set up. Because Michigan State, the strength of schedule component, the Big Ten has a better strength of schedule than the SWAC. So conference games benefit those teams in those conferences. The SWAC is not highly thought of. Many of these smaller conferences are not thought of as competitive within conference. That's why those teams try to schedule up non-conference plus the check too. But more and more, because of TV and the conference deals that are expanding their conference games to up to 20 games conference, that means it's less non-conference games, which means less opportunities for the smaller programs to play those big boys.
Yeah.
And big women, girls on the women's side.
Yeah.
That's where it is. They're not trying to appease the smaller programs.
I know. I just, and then when you look at a guy like Tom Izzo, man, he got in, he's getting in off of history. He ain't getting in off of what they've done. He's getting in off of legacy. And I'm surprised they didn't try to find a way to squeeze Duke in there.
Well, no, they did. Think about it. When Duke had to back out of the ACC And I think the AD for Duke said, we're done. We're not playing anymore. The next day, a source said, if invited, Duke would participate. Well, the AD just said they weren't going to be in it.
Yeah.
What happened in 24 hours?
Right.
They weren't going to be invited anyway because their schedule and wins resume wasn't good enough. But the tenor of everything changed within 24 hours. If invited, Duke would participate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I love Duke. I'm a Duke fan. But big boys, he who owns the gold makes the rules.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Let me get a couple of these questions. I think you kind of already answered this, but let me go ahead and put it out. Lester Jordan say, will the events of this season be held against Coach Steven Silas?
They shouldn't be. Somebody will. Some folks will, but I won't be one of those folks.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry. Maybe Mattress Max should promote a contest on when the Rockets will finally win a game.
He might. I think they'll win tomorrow, though.
I do too.
I hope they win tomorrow for my squad's sake.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm not being objective about that. I want the Pistons to lose tomorrow. So
I got you. I got another one here. Let's see. MC wants to know, does U of H or UT have a legit shot to get to the Final Four? Yes or no? Why?
Yes. Players, talent. Both teams, in tournament time, it all comes down to matchups. For U of H's case, Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Young fella is on a roll.
Yeah.
His game is going to another level. In tournament time, many teams that win championships, they have that one go-to player that carries them to victories, that is in the zone for 6 games. Mm-hmm. That's all it takes. And Quentin Grimes could be that dude. If he is that dude, U of H can cut down those nets. I am not picking them to do that, but as an alum, I'd be thrilled to death. But no, I have them losing in a Sweet 16. But if Quentin Grimes continues playing like he has been the last 3 or 4 weeks, like the All-American that he is, has been chosen 4 times this week, U of H can get that done, sure, because their defense travels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Texas, Shaka Smart, you're seeing what the talent is finally able to do at Texas. It's finally, the stars are finally coming and getting things done on the floor. Coaches are great. Players win championships.
Yeah. I got you. Let's see. CFT says, AJ, I'm trying to fill out my bracket. Who's Kris having his Final Four?
I don't do them anymore because I'm hardly ever right. So I put too much logic into it. I overthought it. So if what I say to you right now, I was a guest on another podcast. I'm not going to change what I said on that one. I went with the chalk. I won number 1 seeds all 4 times. That's how rare it's rare to happen. So to listeners, because I said that, because I'm going that way, do the opposite.
So don't go with Michigan, Gonzaga, Iowa, or Baylor.
Illinois.
Your Final Four.
Illinois.
Now it's not so strange for that to be the case on the women's side.
And up until probably last year or so, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this year,
does Don Staley win it again?
I can't tell you, bro. This year there are.
Come on.
I mean, I'll give you my pick.
Okay.
But once again, I've been wrong many times. The years I don't pick UConn, because there were times on the women's side, simple. Let's pick UConn. They're going to win. Done 11 times.
Yeah.
But this year there are probably 7 or 8 teams who have a legit shot to win it all on the women's side. South Carolina, Texas A&M, Baylor, UConn, Stanford, Maryland, NC State. It's going to be a very competitive, entertaining tournament. So I'm not picking UConn. Oh, if I may.
Okay.
How much time you got in this segment?
You got time.
Okay. Okay. I've followed women's basketball a long time. I followed UConn a long time. And when UConn was part of the same conference as U of H, it was a boon to my business because UConn fans, they will support their program wherever it is in droves. My numbers for some of the stuff I did, my work I did on UConn, dwarfed anything in U of H related. So I know how the machine works. Paige Beckers, 19 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, something like that. Freshman, legit, supremely talented. ESPN tabbed her the National Player of the Year. Caitlin Clark, also a freshman, 27 points per game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, actually more assists and rebounds than Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers, first team All-American. Caitlin Clark, second team All-American. I'm sorry. I know Caitlin Clark goes to Iowa. Iowa's in the Big Ten. Big Ten women's basketball is better than Big East women's basketball, period. UConn is the cream of the crop in the Big East, like it has been, like it was in the American forever. Once again, they went undefeated in the Big East like they did in the American, I think not 8 years in a row. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me it's because the Big East is better. You'd be wrong, but not a better conference. What I said, 19 points per game, 27.
Yeah.
48%. Both of them shoot well from the floor, from the three. Caitlin Clark has better assist numbers, rebounding, and she's not first team All-American. You hardly hear about her. I knew it was bad when ESPN and their graphics for the tournament on Monday did a little segment about Paige Beckers and her why she chose UConn, little silly animation. Well, when they select you, when you're the chosen one,
yeah,
facts don't matter.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not bashing Paige Beckers. She is a supreme talent.
Right.
But 27-19, that's 8 points per game difference.
Right.
It's not like it's 20
that's
to
a whole
19.
Player. That's a whole other player's difference. Yeah.
So all I'm saying, you can be clear when it's my time to vote for some of the USBWA awards. You know who I'm voting for.
I got you.
And who I'm not voting for when it comes to Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year.
Let me take a quick one, Kris. I'm coming back with you right after this on the lunch break on the Legendary KYOK. If you want in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It's Throwback Thursday.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The Legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, live in Indianapolis Gold, and listen, you listen to the lunch break.
Yeah, we got KG. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make you one of the J boys. We got KG, Kris Gardner, right here on the lunch break on the Legendary KYOK, the all-day 92.3 FM. You can follow him. HoustonRoundballReview.com. HoustonRoundballReview.com does amazing work. And Kris, I'm trying to see how I want to phrase this. I love the men's tournament. I'll leave the women to the side because I can't compare the women's tournament the way I want to compare it with. How do you feel about the men's basketball tournament compared to other sports playoffs in college, like the NCAA men's championship, college football playoffs, baseball? They kind of do a deal. I'll leave it at those three. Out of those three, who has the best postseason tournament?
Well, I don't watch football anymore because not enough teams participate or allowed to play for the championship. Baseball, I like baseball.
But Kris, that's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it right there. You got 68 teams that, like it or not, you got a legitimate shot to win it all. Like if TSU beats Mount St. Mary's and then TSU goes on to beat Michigan, TSU's allowed to keep playing. They're not, okay, well, great year, TSU. Knock Michigan out. Now we're going to let another team from a bigger program go on and play the rest of these games because we can't have you. You just pointed out the very part that I want to talk about with college sports and their postseason tournaments.
Well, I was done with college football the year LSU and Alabama played for a championship. The first time when LSU, when the final score in the first match was 9-3, something like that. Yep. And LSU did not win their division of the SEC, but was allowed to play for the national championship. I was done. And I was disappointed to hear and see how many folks were okay with that. Well, it's clear that they're the second best team in the country. Clear to who? They did not even win their division in their conference. The division in their conference, but they're playing for the national championship. I was finished. I mean, that's a sham. It's a sham, and people continue to buy into that and perpetuate that trash.
Yep. The
CFP is made up like this. Excuse me, brother. 4 teams play for it. There are 5. There's a big 5. There's a power 5. So right there, when it was constructed, it was a sham.
Right.
You win your conference, you don't even have a chance to play for the championship.
You're right.
And yet folks are like, that's okay. It's the SEC is the mighty conference. Let's have 2 teams from the SEC play for it. Win your conference and play for the championship. What's so hard about that?
It's too close to right. It makes too much sense. Like when Alabama didn't win the state, nor did they win the conference championship, but they walked around like they were the national championship because they were allowed to play and they won. I'm not crazy about the seeding, the at-large bids. I'm not crazy about that process. But at the end of the day, the fact that everyone out of 68 has a chance to win it all makes it a better tournament to me, right?
I agree, and I think college baseball is a little better than basketball because you win 2 out of 3. It's not a one and done. You get to the World Series, you get to the championship game, you got to win twice.
Gotcha.
So 2 out of 3.
Now, I'll ask about that too. Baseball, basketball, football. You got baseball as your number one.
For the reason of I think you got super regionals, you got to beat your opponent twice to get to the College World Series, and then got to do it again to win it all. I prefer that. I like that scenario. One and done, because I hate to bring this up, U of H alums. I was 11 years old when I cried like a baby, but one and done. All you need is one off game. One team get hot, and no knock. And I don't mean this as a rock at NC State, that championship team, but if they'd have played U of H 100 times, they would have lost to them 95, 96, 97, 98 times. But that one time is all that matters. They're the championship team. That I don't like, but that's how it is.
I literally tried to walk you into this discussion. So as enamored as I am with the NCAA, because for me, basketball is number 1, baseball is number 2, and then and football is way down. Like if there's 58 other sports in there, I'll put all 58 of them in there, and then I'll get to football. There's a movement going on that as much as they love the ability to compete in the NCAA March Madness. There's so much money that's being made that the players get absolutely none of. And I'm not talking about scholarships and all that, because they get them scholarships long before they get into that tournament. There's the move of hashtag not
NCAA property.
Not NCAA property. Your thoughts on it? What's it all about? I'm
all for it. And it was started by 3 players from the Big Ten. You don't get no bigger than that in terms of conference. So, and these are Isaiah Livers from Michigan. These are prominent players. So the attention they're getting this week is great. They want to control their name, image, and likeness, because right now they can't until the legislation changes. And some states are implementing it maybe June or July of this year. The NCAA is doing it snail's glacier pace, trying to come to reality and allow players to own imagine that, own your own name, image, and likeness. What a novel concept. Making money off your own name. Shock that you can do that and that you can do it in other sports, but not basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, or football. Interesting. Let's think about for a second the majority of the players in those 3 sports. How do they look? Let me think about that. And we know the reality on that situation. But if the players really wanted to twist the knife, boycott. Call the bluff on some of these people, boycott.
Jay Williams talked about that a couple of years ago and almost got ran out of business. I get it. I mean, hear me when I say I get it. You just said the novel thing is somebody else gets to make money off of A.J. Jones using my face, my name, all that goes with me, and I don't get a dime of it. And there is nothing I can do about it. And then they throw me a scholarship and some tuition and a daily stipend when I travel. And supposedly that's a fair trade for them making millions and billions off my name, my image, and my likeness.
In perpetuity.
And now I got to fight you in court to be able to get to use my own name, image, and likeness. And there's no accident that the NCAA is slowing this down. They felt like it was enough that they, quote unquote, agreed to do it. So the next step is to not let them have the ability to make that money off of you if you're willing to take that step, because that step is almost a nuclear one.
Oh, yes. And I'm not a player. I'm well past my college playing days, even though I wasn't good enough to do that. But it'd be a huge step. And, the NCAA is making some changes slowly. They're trying to beg Congress to do it. And Congress said, what y'all are proposing isn't enough. Y'all got to do better than this. And the NCAA's waited too long, because if Congress gets more involved in this, the NCAA will not be able to have a say in what is passed down legislatively. And they may not like it. So instead of agreeing to do this years ago, now they're putting hands on the government. And oh boy, get the government involved. No telling how it's going to go for you. Not NCAA property. The hashtag blew up yesterday. Kudos to them. And if they did it, and I don't think they will, because that is not their intent to boycott games, boycott this tournament. Discussion's nice. You got to do something to change the hearts and minds of some of these folks. Mm-hmm. Some of these folks are just so set in their ways and will refuse to see reality. And the boycotting situation would be the ultimate eye opener. That's not going to happen. So this is talk. We can talk about it on these shows and TV and radio and podcasts, and we'll see how, if anything, gets done, which I doubt. But kudos to them for at least putting forth effort and realizing that they do have some power in their voice. Yeah. So that's another step forward, a step of progress that the student assets are realizing.
Yeah, I got you. Unfortunately, man, we got to bring it to an end.
Until next week.
Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you.
HoustonRoundballReview.com. You also see it on there, VHRR.com. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Houston Roundball Review. Got the Disney bundle. I got like 9 more days before the price goes up $1 per month, or I think 10 for the year. Go to my website, sign up via the links posted on HoustonRoundballReview.com. I do earn a commission off that, but go to the videos. I posted the video with Coach Jones and Mike Weathers on YouTube. Lots of Rocket videos, lots of U of H videos. U of H alums, I know y'all out there. There's the love that the Rockets get for their vids completely dwarfs. I mean, it's not even close. Coach Sampson, the Cougs men's team is the best team in town right now. Right now, they're the hottest ticket in town. No scandals, no issues, no lawsuits. They're winning, but when it comes to video watching, y'all act like they don't exist. I mean, where's the support? That's one thing U of H alums need to do a better job of. They don't support their own. Now, I say that. I mean, I'm an alum. Don't do a good enough job for that. Do better. We can do better. Support our own. But HoustonRoundballReview.com. TSU, Mount St. Mary's, 410, True TV today. U of H, Cleveland State, 6:15, True TV tomorrow, Friday. So we got to find it somebody we want to watch those two teams play.
Well, brother, I'm going to be tuned in. I'm going to find them. I'm going to see where they're at, and I'm getting in front of them today. So I'm going to do my due diligence for Texas Southern and U of H tomorrow. So, Kris, I appreciate you as always, brother. You are top shelf, brother. You are one of the absolute best, and I appreciate you making time for us every Thursday to do what it is you do so well. So thank you, man.
As always, man, I appreciate the time, the opportunity. Everybody out there, be safe. Love your family. Y'all take care.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Y'all know what to do. Y'all be sure and follow him. Check him out. Definitely get on that YouTube channel and check him out over there. And if you have not gotten the Disney bundle, be sure and get it from him because he gets a little kickback from it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't forget to join TD Blackshear for Table Talk. You heard him earlier. Every Tuesday from 10 to 11 right here on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.30.org. A lot to talk about, a lot going on. Y'all stay tuned, man. I mean it. Don't know where this Deshaun Watson thing is going to go, but we are going to stay on top of it. Hopefully the Rockets will be able to end their current 18-game losing streak when they take on Detroit tomorrow. That'll be at 7 p.m. The Spurs got a win last night, beating the Bulls 106-99. Jakob Poeltl, 20 points, 16 rebounds in the win. They're at Cleveland tomorrow at 6:30. And the Mavs did the Clippers. And what's wrong with the Clippers? Y'all can't blame that on Doc Rivers now. They lost 105-89. Luka went off for 42 and 9 in the win. And Astros and Cardinals 4-4, Rangers and Arizona 3-0. Did I forget anything? I don't think I did. Oh yeah, PJ Tucker traded to Milwaukee for DJ Augustine, U of H and Hightower High School, and DJ Wilson, plus a first-round 2023 pick. They got it covered everything now. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize everything around you, be sensitive to everybody around you, and when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, but the racism. All right? All right, y'all. Be blessed. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. I want to thank all my guests that came in, called in, did all that. Made it for a great show. I got special guests that will be joining tomorrow, so be sure and tune in. We'll hit that up for Women's History Month. And again, y'all be blessed. Love y'all a lot. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow.